My name is Bryan Kratzer, and this is my presentation for LUT Task 2. And my audience today is my wife, who is videotaping, so if you don't necessarily see her, that's because she's behind the camera, but you will hear her later on. In the years since I was in elementary school, violence and bullying in schools has grown to almost epidemic proportions. Of course, automobiles have been invented since I was an elementary student. Nevertheless, in the last several years, many schools have integrated violence and bullying prevention programs into their curriculum as a result of the increase in incidents of violence. Unfortunately, teasing and bullying are facts of life for young children. Ask any elementary school teacher, and he or she will tell you that this kind of behavior is a daily occurrence that disrupts teaching and learning. That was taken from Froschel, 1998. There are 3 violence and bullying prevention programs that are effectively working in schools. They are PeaceWorks, the Alveus Violence and Bullying Prevention Program, and the Too Good for Violence program. I will discuss a little bit about each program and some of the components and elements of each program. First of all, I want to begin with the PeaceWorks program. The components, according to LeBlanc 2009, of this program are communication building, rules for fair fighting, understanding conflict, the role of perceptions, anger management, and effective communication. The program is implemented in elementary and middle schools. And according to LeBlanc, lasting and constructive change must be seen as an ongoing process. So in other words, this program is evaluated from time to time to make sure that it's working and what's in place it is actually happening. Secondly, the Alveus Violence and Prevention Program. What is the Alveus program? According to Alveus, it is the most researched and best known bullying prevention program today, with over 35 years of research and successful implementation all over the world. The Alveus program is one of the most effective programs today. As you can see from the visual aid that I have, there are several people involved in the bullying process. This diagram illustrates a semicircle of those various people surrounding the student being bullied. Our diagram looks like this then. A, the students who bully. They're the leaders of the pack, so to speak. B, the followers or henchmen. These students bully, but aren't the initiators or leaders of the bullying process. C, the supporters or passive bullies. They laugh and support the bullies, but don't necessarily join in. D, passive supporters, possible bullies. These students do not outwardly support bullying, however they like bullying. E, disengaged onlookers. These students do not get involved, nor do they take a stand against bullying. Then you have F, the possible defenders. These students think they should do something, but they choose not to get involved. G, you have the actual defenders. They get involved and attempt to help the student who is being bullied. And finally, H, the student who is being bullied. This is the target student. So as you can see, there are many students and people involved when a student is bullied. Knowing who is involved and how to teach students to think and react differently to bullying while teaching them how to get along in community with others is a key to the success of the Alveus program. With school administrators working with teachers, the Alveus program has been quote-unquote, by Alveus, been proven to prevent or reduce bullying in schools. And I have to say that the school I currently work in utilizes the Alveus program, and we've had a very, very high success rate with that. Finally, I want to talk to you about the Too Good for Violence program. The components of the program, according to the What Works Clearinghouse, an article printed in 2006, says this: the Too Good for Violence program promotes character values, social-emotional skills, and healthy beliefs for elementary and middle school students. Why the Too Good for Violence program works? It's because it teaches those values. It instills those values in students. It works not only with character, but it also teaches them about the social and emotional aspects of bullying and how to have healthy social and emotional skills. It also promotes healthy beliefs. healthy self-esteem, a healthy belief in one's own self. So that is why the Too Good for Violence Prevention program works. So, in conclusion, due to the increase in bullying and violence in schools, it is essential that schools implement programs such as the PeaceWorks program, the Alveus Violence and Bullying Prevention program, and the Too Good for Violence program. Successful schools utilize these programs so that the instructional time is not compromised. Educators are able to spend more time focusing on academics rather than redirecting negative behavior and discipline issues. These programs provide lessons that not only provide students with the tools to avoid bullies, but they also give students the tools to build positive relationships with their peers. Again, like I stated earlier, I have the privilege of working in a school that utilizes the Alveus program, and again, we have seen great success in reducing the number of incidents involved in bullying and violence. So, are there any questions?
Yes, would you explain some of the major differences in each of the programs discussed in this presentation?
Sure. Each program takes a unique approach in teaching students about bullying and violence prevention. Allow me to elaborate. For instance, the PeaceWorks program focuses on communication, anger management, and coming to an understanding of what conflict is and how to resolve it. The Alveus Bullying and Violence Prevention program focuses on teaching the students how to build community, work together peacefully, and specifics on how to deal with bullying situations. The major component of the Too Good for Violence program is teaching positive character values and healthy beliefs. Did that answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Well, thank you for listening to my presentation, and that's it.